Okay, so welcome back to Tuesday, page 163. That is Tuesday, April 11th. All right, we're going to start with question number 7. All right, so number 7 is the word tissue. What's the word? Great, tissue. We know a lot what we use that for. Okay, tissue paper. Sometimes people create those lovely art projects with the colored tissue paper. We blow our nose, of course. That's the main thing. Tissue. 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 Yes, I know. It's very fancy. Tis. Dot your I, cross your T. Sue. Tissue. Okay, so how do we mark this up? We have 3 things, believe it or not, right? We're going to triple underline the second S because it doesn't really follow the rules. Then we underline the U and the silent E twice. Job number 2. Tissue, tissues. Okay? Now the next word is the word issue. What's the word? If this is the word tissue, we know the word issue. But you have to think about it because the word issue can be used in a variety of ways. Okay? So for example, an important topic or a problem that people a lot of times they'll discuss or they'll debate. All right, like the issue of social distancing is very, very important right now. Issue can be, what's the situation, what's going on, what is the matter, okay? Also, if you read magazines or comic books, things like this, in this month's issue of the magazine, it says this. In this month's issue of the comic book, it showed this, all right, which means it's part of a series, one issue, okay? Also, to issue something is to give something out. For example, when you go to get your driver's license and you pass the test, they'll issue you your license. All right, so good way to think of also going back to situations. What's the affair? What's the concern? But again, when they give something out, when they distribute it, they issue you something, okay? If someone fills out an application to become an immigrant, they will issue you your papers to become a citizen, okay? So let's go. Issue. I know it was a lot, but we have to get it correct. All right, so let's go. Whoops. Issue. Issue. All right, so how do we mark this up? Exactly. Triple underline the U, and the silent E twice, job number 2. We could use it in a lot of different ways. So let's go. And a lot of them right now, you got Tiny and Spot and Daisy. I know, yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. All the kids some of them are like, oh man, that's a lot of definitions. I have to write all those sentences. I would expect at least 3 in that particular case. Okay, 3 is good. What do we do with these 2 words? Exactly, brace. And again, issue, issues, issuing, issued. Okay, so the next word is the word, we're going to skip down to number 10, and it's the word sense. What's the word? Exactly, sense. Whoops. So, for example, it's sense, the feelings that you have, like your 5 senses that we use to feel, to touch, to hear, and so on and so forth. And sense means an awareness. Did you ever get the sense that some people sort of creep you out sometimes when they're looking at you? Sometimes mom might say, or a family member or a friend, I get the sense that you're kind of sad. And you say, why? I could tell from the look on your face, okay? Sometimes people say, what's the sense? What's the use? But also, sense means that if you've heard the expression, it makes sense, or use your common sense, that means it's logical. There's a truth to that, okay? Sense. So let's go. Silent E. All right. Whoops. Silent E. It's a little hard to write this way. Okay, so how do we mark this up? Exactly. Thank you for reminding me. We underline the silent E twice. Crash the party. Exactly. Job number 5. Sense, senses, sensing, sensed, sensory, sensor, right? Your car has a sensor in it. Okay? Now, when something doesn't make sense, exactly, we call it nonsense, gobbledygook, malarkey, balderdash, nonsense. Let's go. Nonsense. sense. Nonsense. And it literally means no sense. That's where it came from. Nonsense. Nonsense. Okay. So, how do we mark this up? Exactly. Underline the silent E twice. Job number 5, party crasher. Nonsense, nonsensical. All right, so what do we do with these 2 words? Beautiful. Brace. Now we've got the last 2 words. And I'm actually, like I said, it's going to get tougher and tougher. Okay, so number 11 is the word apply. What's the word? Exactly. Apply. All right, so for example, we've all heard this before. All right, a lot of your parents had to, had to apply for a job. That means they had to put in they had to put in a formal request to try to get something, which is that job. Okay, that's one way to use it. All right. Sometimes you'll hear you have to apply what you've learned. That means you have to use it or connect it to what you've learned. Oh, so the Wright brothers, the Wright brothers discovered wing warpage. They were able to figure that out in the same way that other great scientists like Edward Jenner were able to figure out, oh, if you use of the virus from one body and they build up an immunity to it, you can apply that to another person and they could build up that immunity, or to another virus even, okay? People apply nail polish or they apply makeup. That means they put it on. When people paint a house, they apply another coat of paint. No, they don't put a jacket on what they're painting, okay? And when you're injured, apply means to put. When you apply pressure, you apply pressure to a wound when you're injured, okay? Apply. Remember, English words don't end with I. Apply. Apply. So, let's go over here. Let's go. Apply. Apply. Okay, so we have one thing to mark up. Think about it. Exactly. Third sound. English words don't end with I. That is Rule 6. Excellent job. Now, if you notice when we said those syllables, apply. Now, a lot of you in this day and age, you young guys out there, not older dudes like me, we didn't know what the word app was, but you guys know what the word app is, and that's short for application. Now, usually we think of an application as a piece of paper that you fill out with your information for school or for a job or to become a citizen, which is true, application. Okay, but an application can also be what we said, when you take something and you put it into another situation, and that is what an application is also. In this case, we can use it in 2 different ways. Okay, application. Remember that it ends with a Y. Application. Application. Okay, and that is what you guys get that app. That's an application of the technology that people created. They just shortened the word, they abbreviated it, application. So let's go. Right, change the Y to an I. Cation. Application. Cross your T, dot your I. Lot going on here. All right, so how do we mark this up? Exactly. Underline the A and the sh. Now we change the Y to an I. That is Rule 15. The A can say A at the end of a syllable. That is our old friend Rule 4. And what do we do with these 2 words? Exactly. We brace it up. Okay, so if you're going to do apply or applies or applied, change the Y to an I, add ES or ED. Applying, don't change the Y to an I. Okay, let's go. Apply. Application. Application. And I forgot to put that it is a homograph, so I do expect you to write sentences to express your understanding of what that sentence is, of what that word means, the vocabulary word and its definition and its meaning. Let's go. Silent E, sense. Okay, let's go. In syllables, nonsense. Nonsense. Issue. Tissue. And again, the word issue, review the vocabulary, review this video as often as you need to with the word issue and with the word apply and application, okay? For the word apply, I would expect 3 sentences. Go back to the word apply. It's a homograph, okay? You're right, Daisy. You're right, Tiny. You are definitely right, Spot. It's getting tougher and tougher, all right? So they really have to apply their knowledge of how to compose sentences with all these fancy definitions, okay? Yeah, you can get close, but don't get too close to each other, right? All right. Okay, good. That's enough distance, okay? 6 inches for you guys. All right.